Right now at 5, does your child's teacher deserve a bigger paycheck? Teachers in Central Indiana's largest school district could get a pay boost if one thing happens tonight. We're live with the latest.
Are the Colts kicking around a roster change after Adam Vinatieri's latest miss? I'll talk about some of the names that could be floating around ahead of Week 11.
It's called the Song of the Year, but who actually wins that CMA award? We will introduce you to a man who was just in Indy, who could walk away with that prize tomorrow night.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
We begin now at 5 with record-breaking cold on top of all that early snow, and it's not even winter. Kids whose schools weren't delayed this morning waited for the bus in frigid temperatures. The new record? 8 degrees.
Woo, and the snow remains even though the sun returned. We stay well below freezing all day. The question now, are we in for another record cold night?
Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking that for you. Kevin.
And Mark and Amanda, I flash back to these, our snowfall totals from yesterday and last night, because that sets the stage for record temperatures again tomorrow morning. That combination of clear skies, snow cover, dry air, and relatively light wind. You've got clouds coming off the lake. In central Indiana, we've been generally clear today, and this view from the Motor Speedway across the snow-covered infield all the way to downtown kind of tells the cold story. You realize we only made it to 21 today. Wind not quite as strong. It's northwest anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. That will continue to remain 5 to 10 miles per hour tonight. Wind chill temperature, certainly it's been a factor. 6 is what it feels like. We're currently at 18 in Indianapolis, 16 in Lafayette. I think temperatures will fall quickly. Probably the low temperatures will happen sometime in that 1 to about 4 a.m. time frame. Then maybe come up a little bit in the morning. Temperatures in the teens until we get to about 11 o'clock, down to 12 in Indianapolis. Here we go. Temperature tomorrow morning, 7 above in Indianapolis. Wind chill won't be much of a factor because the wind will be calm. Temperatures start a warming trend after hitting rock bottom tomorrow. We'll have details on that shortly.
And this just happens to be Winter Weather Preparedness Week in Indiana, and Storm Team 6 is helping you prepare for whatever winter will bring this season. Watch our special report, Weathering Winter in Indiana, at 8 o'clock tonight, only on RTV6.
Now to breaking news that we're following here at 5 o'clock. Police are investigating after finding 2 people dead on the northeast side of Indianapolis. Officers were called to Rural Street east of 25th and Keystone about an hour ago. You're looking at the scene right now. No other information has been released at this time. You do want to stay with RTV6 for updates on this breaking news. Indianapolis Public Schools teachers could soon be seeing more money in their paychecks. In just 1 hour, school commissioners will vote to approve using $31 million for raises for teachers across the district. RTV6's Troy Washington is live at the IPS Education Center with more. Troy.
Thanks, guys. And that's right. It's not a secret. Teachers do a lot of work, but they don't always make what they're worth. But through this referendum approved by the voters, there could be $31 million that goes towards keeping quality teachers in the district. But of course, all of that money runs out eventually, and that's why this is not a long-term fix. Many district leaders say they aren't resting on referenda to fund long-term raises for teachers. They say if we want to see real change, we have to get state funding, and that's why many are still choosing to go red for ed to get the attention of state lawmakers. In fact, IPS is not far behind another district who just used their referendum dollars to boost teacher salaries. Today I talked with Wayne Township Superintendent Jeff Butts, and he says using referendum money will work for now, but not for always.
We're able to use our local referendum dollars this year, which was excellent. But the challenge with that, of course, is those are not guaranteed dollars. Those are only guaranteed for the 8 years of the referendum. And after that point, the community has to decide whether or not to continue those.
Let me point out there are some hang-ups. Every single teacher in the district would not receive the raises. Coming up at 6, we'll tell you what it takes to actually be a part of the number to receive those raises. We'll give you all the factors, and that's tonight at 6. Again, that vote is going on in Arlington Middle. We'll be here working for you in downtown. I'm Troy Washington, RTV6.
And in a little over an hour, the Northwest Hendricks School Board will likely get an earful from the public. The board is set to hear from 1 hour of public comment after facing criticism in recent months for its handling of a teacher accused of sexual misconduct with a student. Tyler Bruce is still employed with Tri-West High School as he remains under criminal investigation. Bruce denies wrongdoing, but the board has faced criticism for keeping Bruce on staff as well as allowing one of Bruce's family members to vote on the teacher's employment. Tonight's meeting has been moved to Tri-West Middle School because of the size of the crowd. The board is taking an hour of public comment and suspending the 2-minute limit. For the first time, the board is also expected to respond to questions. The meeting gets underway at 6:30 p.m. at Tri-West Middle School. The public comment portion starts right after the regular meeting. There will be a sign-up sheet to speak as you come into the meeting.
New developments tonight regarding those judges involved in a fight last spring outside a downtown fast food restaurant not far from Lucas Oil Stadium. The Indiana Supreme Court ruled all 3 judges are being suspended without pay. Clark County judges Andrew Adams and Bradley Jacobs were both shot during the altercation outside of the White Castle on South Street, and Crawford County Judge Sabrina Bell is accused of inciting the other parties involved in the incident. Adams is facing a 60-day suspension starting now. Jacobs and Bell will start their 30-day suspensions on November 22nd. The judges were in Indianapolis for a judicial conference when they got into an altercation with 2 other men on May 1st.
A judge has ruled the truck driver accused of causing a deadly crash on I-465 is competent to stand trial. Bruce Pollard is facing multiple charges, including reckless homicide. Investigators say Pollard's truck slammed into stopped traffic in a construction zone near the Keystone exit in July. A woman and her twin 18-month-old daughters were killed in that crash. Several people were hurt. A motion was filed in August requesting a psychiatric exam for Pollard.
Fantastic news for residents of a mobile home park on the southwest side. The owner of I-70 Mobile Home Park and the Attorney General have come to an agreement that says residents will get to own their homes outright or get their money back. RTV6 was first to shine a light on the issue after concerned residents reached out to us. They received notices in August saying the park was closing and they would have to leave the mobile homes that they owned. After our coverage, the Indiana Attorney General sued the park. A hearing scheduled for today was canceled after both parties came to an agreement guaranteeing residents a title or cash for their homes so they can have the resources they need to find a new place to live. The Colts are getting ready for another stretch of crucial division games starting this Sunday at home.
But much of the focus is back to the team's kicking game and the future of Adam Vinatieri. RTV6's Brad Brown joins us now with the latest on Week 11.
The Colts have seen far too many of these missed kicks by Adam Vinatieri, 11 in all, 6 extra points and 5 field goals. Those numbers are the most in the league this season, and now for at least the second time this fall, it looks like the Colts are giving a hard look to some other kickers. ESPN was first to report this morning that the Colts would be bringing in another set of kickers for tryouts. After this past Sunday's loss to the Dolphins, head coach Frank Reich said, quote, "Everyone is always evaluated," but he also pointed out not to draw conclusions as to the Vinatieri situation. The Colts, by the way, did the same. After week 3, some of those guys are still available. Among them would be Cole Headland. He was with the Colts during training camp but has yet to be picked up by any NFL team. Many will recognize Cody Parkey's name. He formerly of the Bears, known for that double doink missed field goal in the playoffs. And 44-year-old Matt Bryant is still floating out there as well. Now, we can't confirm if any of these guys have actually been here for this round, but those are all worth considering. And also, for what it's worth, the Colts released their unofficial depth chart for this week's game. Vinatieri is listed as the kicker for Sunday. Jacoby Brissett spent most of last week practicing, but ultimately was not ready to go for that game against the Dolphins. Coach Reich has said he wants to make a decision tomorrow about Brissett's status for this next game. Jacoby talked today about how the week played out from his perspective.
I mean, I feel like I was getting better each day, and then, you know, it was the coach's decision so he made a decision what he thought was best for, you know, for myself and for the team, and you know, it's his job, I guess, to protect myself from myself. So I think he made that decision.
We'll see how things pan out in practice. Colts on the field tomorrow. The injury update usually gets to us a couple hours after they are done. We'll give you the latest right here tomorrow.
Brad, thank you. Ahead on the Now Indy at 5:30 on RTV6, protecting pets from the bitter cold. It's not only a good idea, it's the law. What one group is doing to help make sure it's enforced.
But first, Disney at your fingertips. Every program Disney is now available to you in your home. Details on the new streaming service that launched today.
And just so you know, we're not alone. Look at the temperatures, cold all the way down to the Gulf Coast states. It's 27 in Nashville, 18 in Indy, but temperatures do warm up as we head toward the weekend.
For only $89 for On Time.
The magical world of Disney is now just a click away. Disney, ABC's parent company, launched a new streaming service today. Disney Plus gives viewers access to all of Disney's content, past, present, and brand new, all in one place, and that is just the start. ABC's Elena Gomez has more.
From old Disney classics.
They said you were coming.
To original content like The Mandalorian, a live-action Star Wars series. Disney's new streaming service is now home to nearly 7,500 TV episodes and 500 films, all at your fingertips.
For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Disney Plus is offering subscribers access to the sacred Disney Vault, full of classic Disney films like Snow White and Aladdin, and big blockbusters like the Avengers franchise.
Assemble.
There's something for the whole family, from documentaries on National Geographic to a bit of comedic relief with the addition of The Simpsons.
I don't care how much they pay.
Disney Plus will also feature original content like Encore.
I don't know how I coped through high school.
What advice would you give to the 15, 16-year-old self?
A show executive produced by Kristen Bell, following a group of adults who return to high school.
I'm very proud. I can't believe I did this. Seriously.
It's a big move for the Walt Disney Company, sharing old and new content that all generations can enjoy.
It's massive because in one place, people will be able to see that great library of product dating all the way back to Snow White 1937 and Mickey shorts from the 20s. And then a lot of things that we're making specifically for this platform that people have never seen before.
The subscription service appears to be doing well on its first day. Earlier today, Disney Plus tweeted that, quote, consumer demand for Disney Plus has exceeded our high expectations. The subscription will cost you just under $7 on its own, or you can buy it as a bundle with Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus. Elena Gomez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
You take a look at all the talent and legendary women on the stage right here. Carrie Underwood, Reba McEntire, Dolly Parton, Tanya Tucker, and more rehearsing tomorrow night's opening performance of the CMA Awards in Nashville. They will be performing iconic country songs in a medley never seen before. You won't want to miss it right here on RTV6 at 8 o'clock. Now the CMA Awards are all about celebrating country music, from performances to the award winners. And when the award for Song of the Year is announced, that award will not go to the singer, but the songwriters. Tonight, Hank FM's Kara Dennis introduces us to one of the men whose words could make him a CMA Award winner, Devin Dawson.
Devin Dawson is not only a songwriter, but he's also a singer and musician who enjoys being out on the road.
I am really impartial to songwriting and recording, and I do think there's a lot of artists that don't necessarily love the touring life or don't love playing shows, but I honestly do.
He's gonna see you to play that game.
Devin is on tour right now. We caught up with him just days ago at the Old National Center in Indianapolis during Hank Fest. But 2019 started off in songwriting mode. On January 7th, he sat down with two other guys, Jordan Schmidt and Hardy, and together they penned the words to God's Country, a hit for singer Blake Shelton, and a Song of the Year CMA nomination for Devin, Jordan, and Hardy.
When we started thinking about how we would do God's Country, it's just God's country. There's no spin on it. There's no different way you hear it. You know, it's like everyone has something that means to them, and it's different but the same. We all know what God's country means to us, you know. And so we wanted to just write this heavy, emotional, kind of dark, brooding, just relatable song that we could all get behind, and it worked somehow.
Devin not only co-wrote God's Country, he sings backup vocals for Blake on the single and joined him on stage for this performance at CMA Fest.
'Cause we're proud to be from God's country.
It's a huge, huge honor, for any musician, for any songwriter. You know, Nashville is it's a songwriter's town. You know, it's a country music town, but it's a songwriter's town. and to somehow have, made our way to the top of this mountain with 4 or 5 other people on, being nominated for Song of the Year. It's just ridiculous.
Devin grew up in Orangeville, California, in Northern California, but now makes Nashville home with his new bride of just a few weeks, Leah Sykes, also a singer and songwriter, but of pop music. They got married October 27th, and just days later, he was on the road again. But he's grateful to have someone in his life who understands what this type of life is all about.
When you do what you love, you don't clock out. And to be on and to be working that hard, you need somebody else to lift you up.
He has the love of a good woman and a career that he loves. Sounds like the makings of a country song. A song that a storyteller like Devin Dawson could turn into another hit.
This is God's country.
Kara Dennis for RTV6.
A good one to blast in the car. And in addition to God's Country, the nominees for Song of the Year are Beautiful Crazy, Girl, Rainbow, and Tequila. Again, the award goes to the songwriter, not the artist. A lot of great songs there. And Hank FM's Kara Dennis will join us from the CMA red carpet ahead of tomorrow night's show on the news at 6 and 7. The CMA Awards begin at 8 right here on RTV6, hosted by Carrie Underwood, Reba McEntire, and Dolly Parton. And tonight here on RTV6, you won't want to miss this. ABC's Robin Roberts sits down with Dolly Parton for a special 1-hour show. They will talk about her incredible career, her impact on the music world today, and how she's still going strong. Tune in for Dolly Parton. Here she comes again tonight at 10 tonight right here on RTV6, followed by the news at 11.
She really is still going strong, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not just 9 to 5.
Hopefully we'll hear some singing tonight from Dolly.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Flashbacks. 45 and sunny in Nashville tomorrow. We've had some red carpet ceremonies down there where it's pretty miserable. Tomorrow should be a nice
one, at least.
Yeah. Many of them, I'm sure, coming from warmer climates. Okay, 8 this morning. You heard that was a record for the date, but do you realize this? It's the coldest temperature so early in the season ever. 8 degrees this morning. Temperatures will be competitive with that again during the day tomorrow. We never warmed up today. 21, the magic number. We're at 17 up in Boone County, Zionsville 17, same in Plainfield. Take your pick, within a degree or two of 18 in central Indiana. Off to the north and west, a little colder. Lafayette's at 16, 15 in Champaign. Again, the sky will generally be clear, but we'll pick up a few more clouds as we head toward the morning hours. That may stabilize the low temperatures just a bit. As you look at the Motor Speedway, there's the road course winding through the snow, and in most cases, obviously, there was not much to plow on the roadways because it was melting on roadways, accumulating in your yard and on your deck and anything outside, but in general, we got through that pretty well. Say hello to Farrah. She's 16 years old, still loves to go on walks. Way to go, Farrah. I'm glad you got your
little sweater on, jacket.
With pockets, in case you got to carry some bones with you. You got to carry some bones. A few to eat and a few to dig and bury for your next walk. Temperature down to 12 by 11 o'clock tonight. Temperature 13 as we get going early tomorrow, 27 at noon. We make a decent recovery. I think 32, getting to the freezing mark, is a realistic goal. One of the reasons, the wind out of the south. That'll start to pump in some warmer temperatures. It'll be south anywhere from 10 to 20. As you look at the wind forecast tomorrow, they'll peak during the heating of the day with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. They're a magic number, 35 in Columbus, 34 in Terre Haute. As we look at Thursday, in general, more cloud cover. That will start us warmer. Temperatures middle to upper 20s in the morning, above the freezing mark easily. Should hit about 37 for the high. That's in Indianapolis, some spots to the south 40. The momentum of our warm-up will continue. Doesn't happen too quickly, but at least temperatures will come well into the 40s as we go toward the weekend. 30, that's at 7 o'clock Friday night. Good night for football. It will be dry. The wind will be light. Temperatures fall into the 20s after that. As we move into the weekend, 41 Saturday, dry. Sunday still dry and 42. Next week, Monday and Tuesday, back into the upper 40s. And what I can say, beyond the 7-day forecast, the trend toward average to above average temperature. So although this has been significant and hard-hitting and memorable, we'll get through this and get back to what would be average temperatures, which is around 50 coming up.
We will welcome them with open arms.
Thanks, Kevin.
Well, it's the time of the year to start thinking about helping others as the holiday season approaches. An easy way to do that is to take part in the Six Shines on Toy Drive. Our annual toy drive kicks off Friday during the new Christmas Nights of Lights at the State Fairgrounds. Bring a toy and receive a discount on an Indy fuel ticket. Also, a portion of the proceeds from the Lights event on Friday will go to the toy drive. We will share more ways you can donate in the coming days.
Coming up here on RTV6, lighting up the night sky over a famous Midwest landmark. Look at that. What experts are saying about this out-of-this-world sighting.